Hey, everybody, welcome back for day 93 of 100 Days of Halloween. How are you? I hope you are doing well, and welcome in to the new ones that have joined our little crochet crew recently. We appreciate you being here, and I also appreciate all of my longtime OGs too. So, 100 Days of Halloween, what are we doing? Well, my lovely yarny friend and brilliant yarny friend and sister, Ranee, over at the Woolly Llama Shop, had been discussing with some of us on a live that she was wanting to do a special project for the 100 Days of Halloween. And it was quickly approaching. And her idea was that during the 100 Days of Halloween, she wanted to do one square a day each day for the 100 days with either a fall or Halloween motif that was involved or applique, colorway, etc. And use these squares to build a Halloween and fall themed blanket. I thought it was brilliant. I wanted to join in because I'd been wanting to make a Halloween blanket for quite some time, just hadn't had the chance, a lot of lifey stuff, and this was the perfect opportunity. So right after that, we got started, and we have already completed, uh we're on day 93. So what she's been doing is, with the idea she had, she scoured the interwebs. She compiled this big long list of all of these different fall and Halloween themed squares, appliques, etc., correlated each one with a number. And she's been drawing those numbers at random every day and providing you guys with a free pattern or tutorial so that if you so choose to use the squares or appliques, even if it's not in a blanket for other projects, she gives you the inspiration, and there you go. Well, since she was doing those at random, and right after we started, I had a lot of appointments and I was taking scrap balls of yarn with me. I very quickly ended up having almost enough squares for the entirety of the 100 Days of Halloween. So, what I decided to do was, since she was drawing themes of squares and appliques at random, I was going to draw my squares at random, and from each day, I would never know what color of square I was going to be using, and then would have about 24 hours to figure out what I was going to do with it. And you guys have been guessing and suggesting, and the comments have been so awesome. I have this big long list. I wish I could put them all in. Plus, I've been taking inspiration from Rainey's draws and also our other two Yarny friends and sisters that joined in this venture that could not commit to a blanket, but they've been making other projects. We have Nova over at Nova Gnome Creations that has been making squares, but they were going into wearables, which she is going to reveal during her 13 days of Halloween bash. And then we have Patricia, who went an entirely different direction, and she's made several different kinds of projects. And if you are new, please go check out these ladies. They are in my description box for all of these videos. Their projects that they're doing are amazing. I said they're so creative, and I just absolutely adore them. Please go check them out. Um, I've seen Patricia's projects, the one she showed in the video. I have a sinking suspicion she may be working on something else behind the scenes that she's not telling us yet again. So, yes, definitely go check them out if you have not seen their 100 Days of Halloween videos. And okay, back to my squares. So, 100 Days of Halloween, the squares, random draw for square colors. Um, And I've been not correlating, counting mine up in groups of 10 to make it easier for me to keep track of how many squares I have. And once I have a group of 10 done, I am doing a real quick video short, kind of like a square recap, and uploading it so you guys can see them before they get fed into my blanket. And if you are new here and you don't know why I'm saying fed into my blanket, let's just say I have an obsession, just a little one, with black kitties. So therefore, feeding the blanket. Um, I don't have an update on the blanket today. I have not added any more squares since last time I showed it, which I do believe was last week. I've been kind of waiting till I have more squares because some of those squares that we left blank, um, we are going to strategically place to add in those extra large appliques and stuff. So, since we've completed groups of 10 from 1 to 90, now we are working on 91 through 100, and today is number 93. So let's do a little quick recap on the first two squares in this group, and then I'll reveal today's, which we drew yesterday, and there was already something on it, and I purposely, once I realized what square it was, I didn't let you guys see the front because I wanted you guys to guess to see what was already on there. So for day 91, we drew at random this square right here, which is the Halloween Eyeball Granny Square by Stitch by Fay. And for those of you who are new, if you see a square like this one, let's say you want to make it, or you just want to make the eyeball and use it as an applique on something, all of the information for the squares is in my description box. All you have to do is go down and look for day 91, and it'll tell you all of the information. And I try and include a link if it's a written pattern or a tutorial. The only time there is no link is, or the information, is if it's something I freehanded. And there we go. So this was day 91. And then for yesterday's square, day 92, we had drawn out this fluorescent bright orange, and I kind of had a mishap, ended up in the ER, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to work on it. And I tried to use an applique out of my box, or two or three. Nothing was working right. It was just, the square was just too bright. So what I decided to do was just turn my square into a pumpkin face. And I may at some point add maybe a little stem with the little curlicue or a leaf or something on there, just to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. But I'm probably going to wait till I add it into the blanket. That way I know where we're looking at. So that was day 92. And then yesterday, for today's square, I'm so excited about this. We drew this right here. It's kind of a very dark red and this gold. And before I even show you, let's see what you guys said you think is on the square. Uh Day 92. Okay, and comments. So Sam from Memphis Makes said, "Hi Missy, I think it's Harry Potter on today's square." And she's got a bunch of hearts. She's been wanting to see more Harry Potter. Um, then Lisa from Lisa Knit said, "Hi Missy, I guess a bag full of candy." Good guess. And she also said, "Can it be an ant?" Um, we will see. And then Patricia from the Yarny Cat Crochet said, "How about a roll of toilet paper frying eggs in a pan?" I guess the square has something to do with Harry Potter, like the golden snitch. Love the pumpkin, loving the yarn. Advent pastel goth yarn is super pretty. Yes, and we do need to open the fifth day, which is today, day October 23rd, here in a minute. And you are cracking me up with the toilet paper frying eggs in a pan, because Rainey's been waiting to see a roll of toilet paper or cracked eggs. Um, no, those are not on this square. So what did I put on the square that I quickly had to try and hide from you guys? Well, This is something Sam has been asking for. She'd been wanting to see Harry Potter since I did Dobie with his sock. And the only appliques for Harry Potter I could find are paid patterns. There was nothing free on the internet. And with everything that's been going on, I just did not have the brain space to sit down and try and figure out an applique to look like Harry Potter. I know that'll take a little bit of time. Maybe at some point I will, because I did have so much fun creating Dobby. So I kind of cheated a little bit, but it's still Harry Potter. Um, I did Harry Potter's glasses, and there's his little lightning bolt scar, and I put the little HP for Harry Potter. And basically, it's just a solid granny square, and I trimmed it out in gold, and I did it in the Gryffindor colors. And then I made two round circles, the same color as the background, because you're looking through glasses, so it's going to be the same. And then I trimmed them out in black, and then I just did an arch and attached the other one that I had already trimmed out, and then just put a little thing right there and just embroidered the little lightning bolt, and I just sewed it down. And as you can see, it's a little lifted because it is separate, and I had to sew it on. So this was my Harry Potter square, and I think anybody who knows Harry Potter will know it's Harry Potter. So I know, Sam, you wanted to see an actual applique of like Harry Potter's face or whatever. And it is kind of a cheat, but I think it's super cool. Um, there is no pattern online. I did take inspiration from a picture that I saw online. Somebody had done something similar with glasses on I want to say it was a cup cozy. There was no information along with the picture that I saw. Was it on Pinterest? It, I want to say it was Pinterest. And it was just a little cup cozy that you slide onto like a coffee cup. And they had made like a little pair of black glasses and a little lightning bolt. So I kind of went off of that and figured out how I was going to do it myself. So, yep, this was day 93. It was super top secret, and I think it goes well on the blanket. So, there we go. So let's draw for tomorrow's square. Day 94. We are running out of squares, guys. The box isn't even heavy anymore, really. Okay. This is our color. It is made with this is Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Stripes in the brights, but it happens to be the darker color flow. And then it was trimmed out in this fluorescent green. So this is tomorrow's square. Um, I'm undecided as to whether we're going to leave this one blank to try and be strategic with those other squares. I need to look at the other ones that are still in my box to be ready to be added and see if we have darker ones that would kind of line up for those other appliques that won't fit on just one square. And if not, we may add an applique to this one. So put your suggestions in the description box for day 94 square, and we will see what we're going to do with it. Like I said, I got to check those other squares we still need to add. That's why I've kind of been saving this last bunches. And I still have to do my video recap on this stack that we just finished, 81 through 90. And then I can add it to the bunch in there. So there we go. Day 94 square. Yeah, I'll have to do some checking. So Um, let's go ahead and I put them on the Tunison needle hook. Um, for those of you who are new, I got a yarn advent calendar from Wildflower Yarns, and it is called the 13-day Halloween Advent, and it's called In My Pastel Goth Era. And we have already opened 4 days, and these are so pretty and so sparkly. And we are about to open day 5. So let's go ahead and do that. And the information for Wildflower Yarns is down in the description box. I know that this advent is no longer available. It was a pre-order thing, and I do believe I pre-ordered in July. So it was for Halloween. I don't know if she's doing a Christmas one. She may. Okay, so day 23. Well, not day 23. It's October 23rd. And let's see. Ooh. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. This is more pinkish purple. And look at those bright pops of color. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, guys, I hope you can see the sparkle in this. It's got a lot of sparkle. And those colors, look. And it's got some purple hues. Oh my gosh. I wish you could see it the way I'm seeing it. Like I said, once we get all of these open, I will take them out into the sunshine and get a really good picture. And yeah, that way you can see. These are so pretty. So pretty. So let's put it on our hook. And here's what we've got so far, the 5 days. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm so glad I got this. Oh, wow. You know, the hard part, once all this is said and done, is trying to figure out what I'm going to make with them. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with them. I cannot say her first name for the life of me, but I'm telling you, she is a sorceress when it comes to dyeing color on yarn. Oh my gosh. These are absolutely stunning. So there was a day of 5, and I guess that's all I've got for today. And so come back tomorrow for day 94 and see what we did with the random square we drew. And yeah, I'm going to have to check all those squares and see where we're at with that. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go a little shorter today. I'm still hurting. I got to go ice pack again. So yeah. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I love you bunches, and come back tomorrow for day 94. And if you haven't, go over and see Rainey's video. I'm not sure if it's dropped yet by the time I get this uploaded. But if not, be looking for that later and see what she's up to for day 94 as well. And go see my other yarny friends that are in the description box. So bye, guys. Love you bunches.